listen, never mind the Buzzcocks. I am your host, Rhod Gilbert. Wales's answer to the question, Oi, Wales, who's that comedian of yours? No, not Rob Brydon, the other one who keeps trying to convince us to visit your shitty country. Anyway, on Phil's team tonight. Brilliant! Spandau Ballet are back, and to celebrate, we've booked the one who was available. It's Martin Kemp. And a very good friend of mine. What do you get if you cross a massive gargoyle with a comedian? Well, we forgot to cross him with a comedian, but he's here anyway. It's the freak from We Are Clang and the In-Betweeners, Greg Davis. And on Noel's team... he may not be the lead singer, but their manager assured us he can talk, and that's sometimes as good as you can hope for on this show. It's the bass player from Hockey, Jeremy the Talker Reynolds. And she's clever, she's charming, and she knows her shin pads from a shuttlecock. She's literally the perfect guest for a question of sport. It's Gabby Logan. Those are our teams. Anyway, it's a quiz, not speed dating. Let's crack on with it. So, we begin with whoop, whoop, that's the sound of da police. It's not quite as cool in a Welsh accent, I realise that.
I always wondered what it would sound like if Snoop came from the valleys.
Noel, Jeremy and Gabby, take a look at this. Marilyn Manson's music has been blamed for countless atrocities, from school massacres to mass suicides. And most horrifically, the forthcoming reunion of Spandau Ballet. That was Marilyn Manson. And this is the new shit. But how did a man's bald head land him in trouble in 2001? Noel's team.
I've no idea.
Oh, great. You've got to banter around the subject, Noel.
Well, you know, I'm like Columbo. I'll get round to it on my own good way.
When I was a kid, there was a rumour that he had a rib removed so that he could fillet himself.
I thought that was Prince, wasn't it?
I thought that was Prince.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been fantasising about that for years.
I think he's thinking of having 6 foot of torso removed, aren't you?
Yeah.
Marilyn Manson's done quite a lot of weird stuff, because apparently he bought the skeleton of a 4-year-old Chinese girl. She was well pissed off. He's done loads of weird stuff. He's got one of Hitler's coat hangers, apparently.
Has he?
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
From his wardrobe.
Last time I went home to visit my mum, for some strange reason, we ended up watching a Marilyn Manson video together. And at the end of it, after he'd been screaming and with his wonky eye and stuff, and it sort of faded out, there was just this awkward silence, and she turned to me and went, "What a wally."
Gabby, you're not left out of this rock and roll antics, because everybody thinks you're really boring. But I read in my notes that you once went to Steve Cram's New Year's Eve party.
Yeah, Tosser. At midnight, we all ran around the garden and we timed it. It was just amazing.
What went... Is that where you met your husband?
No. What do you think all sports people get together on New Year's Eve?
No, but I also...
At another famous sports person's house, and then you marry. You end up with them at midnight.
Pretty much.
No, but... I read that you met him in a party, and I thought you can't have been to 2. Is Kenny Logan your husband, of course? And did he... Because he thought he was chatting up Gabby Roslin. He did, it's true, he did, didn't he? He did think he was...
Not because he thought I looked like her, he just couldn't believe there were 2 people called Gabby who managed to get a job on telly. So he just assumed, in the dark, that I was Gabby Roslin.
When did you break the news to him?
Within minutes.
Of?
Sorry, that's awful.
Back to the question. How did a bald man get him into trouble?
I thought that he put his genitals on the guy's head because the guy was a... Genitals, yeah. He was a bouncer at a show, and he was standing in the front, and Marilyn Manson was performing, and he took his pants off and just stuck his wee on the guy's head.
Stuck his what?
Wee, isn't that what you say?
No, that's
Willy.
An entire video game system on the guy's head.
Why did the man not just instantly say, "Oh, there's some testicles on my head, I'll just knock them off"? Why did he...
Because you've got to check in the mirror first to see how they look. Do you want them to the left? Do you want the centre part in?
It's got to be one of the most grotesque Mickey Mouse impressions of all time.
Security at gigs are not the brightest, are they?
So you don't think
He probably thought a little blue tit had landed on his head.
With a big cock.
He basically draped his knackers over a security guy's head, didn't he?
Is the right answer.
Yes!
You're right. During a gig in Michigan in 2001, Manson spat on the bald head of a security guard before rubbing his G-string-clad privates on the man's neck. And the security guard in question successfully sued for sexual assault. Well done. You got 1 point for that. It's not the first time a musician has used shock tactics to make headlines. Martin Kemp, of course, once caused outrage by putting his loafers on a poof in the middle of a double discount sale. Phil, Martin and Greg, this one is for you.
Leave it, you better gain weight, you better get balls out of kid, don't...
Hi, Vanilla. Have you got any good ideas for new songs? No, but I've thought of a way of talking over an existing song. Great, that should sustain you for a whole career. That was Vanilla Ice with Ice Ice Baby, but how did a wallaroo and a goat get him in a spot of bother in 2004?
And excuse me?
A wallaroo and a goat.
Is that some mythical Welsh creature?
I've got no idea, I'm guessing.
What kind of a host are you?
I don't know, it doesn't say...
How did it get him in trouble, then?
Eh?
How did it get him in trouble?
Well, that's sort of the question I'm asking you, Mike.
That's no good, is it?
He got a waller goat roo pregnant.
No.
That's why you get the nice
And he
roux.
made a nice baby.
I feel sorry for poor old Vanilla. He always pops up for people to take the mickey out of.
Yeah.
Because he was rubbish.
For a start, he's the only popular artist in history whose head is exactly the same width as his neck.
Looks like somebody's given a Pez machine a haircut, doesn't he?
I thought he was great.
Really?
No. And also, you know, he did some brilliant threats, Vanilla Ice. Like, lots of modern-day rappers actually threatened to cut you and stuff, and he just sort of threatened to cook for you, didn't he? Quick to the point, no faking, cooking MCs like a pound of bacon.
He moves house, right, to the other side of America.
Yeah, good.
But the wallaroo
Good.
and the goat,
Good.
they find their way across all of America, across rivers, over mountains, through the dangerous highways, and they come home again with a Siamese cat.
I think he owned the kangaroo. And
In what, in a bitch way?
They were going out, but they were...
All right, I tell you, he owned the kangaroo and the goat, and they went missing.
You're right so far. I'll give you half a point. Get the end of it.
They escaped.
They damaged someone's property, garden, rampage.
Absolutely, rampage. Point for you. Absolutely right. The rapper was fined after his pet Bucky the Wallaroo and Pancho the Goat escaped from his house in Florida and ran amok, causing damage to local houses and cars. Vanilla Ice appeared on the reality show The Farm in 2003. When asked why he agreed to do the show, he said, "Well, I looked at my diary and saw there was a gap between June 1992 and my passing unnoticed into a crematorium oven." Vanilla Ice found fame difficult. We can all relate to that. 1 minute you're the star of one of Britain's best-loved soaps. The next you're sitting on a panel show with a teammate who looks like the bloated corpse of Rick Mayall. Well, that's that. At the end of that round, the scores on the doors are 1 for Phil and 1 for Noel. Next up, it's the intros round. Noel and Jeremy, here are yours for Gabby.
Oh,
Take the envelope, have a look inside.
Oh, OK. I'm not sure I can remember that. I'm just going to do anything.
That might be a problem for me, but as long as you don't mind.
It's not all about you. So... OK, let's
Every
do
time
it.
Noel gets near Gabby, I think I'm watching 70s science fiction.
Black 7.
not singing a song called Jeremy,
All
are
right,
you?
I think I know it, yeah. Do I come in first? Or
You
No,
come in
that's
first,
Jeremy.
yeah.
From hockey.
I know.
You ready?
I had to check, though.
I know. Oh, let's have a pop of the rookie presenter. I don't live my life on auto cue like you.
Would you like to do final score one Saturday?
What's final score? Track number 1.
I'm going to close my eyes because I can hear better.
Wow. Go on then.
Come on.
You close your eyes, I'm like a 7-year-old.
You didn't put your testicles on my head, did you?
Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
You're whispering you know it, Gabby. If you know it, just say it out loud.
Do you know? Oh, you know.
Yes,
anyway.
I do know, because otherwise it'd be a very long bloody quiz, wouldn't it?
Is it a song?
Is it a
By
song?
By a British band.
This was a British artist because their face is up all over London, but
And I
it is
thought
an American
it was an
artist.
Americanised. It's a lady. Steve Cram did a duet with her.
She won awards in the last year.
So, yeah.
Yeah, the triple jump.
I'm not sure about that, but she did shoot fireworks out of her tits.
She deserved an award for that.
That's
to be
Lady
fair.
Gaga. Didn't Lady Gaga shoot?
I might have given that away.
It's Lady Gaga!
Yeah,
It's
what's the
Lady
name of the
Gaga.
track, though, before you get too celebratory?
Poker Face.
Poker Face is right! Is right, ladies and gentlemen. Gabby's absolutely right, it is. Lady Gaga and Poker Face, and this is what it should have sounded like.
Oh, my
Does it
God.
sound anything like that?
It does, it's perfect.
I wanna hold them like they do in Texas, please.
If I could shoot French bangers out of my tits, no, I would.
Let's hear the next one, please.
Whoa, this is...
This is hard.
Oh, no.
All right.
Okay.
Boom, bee. Bibbidi, bibbidi, diggity, diggity, bee. Woo.
Is this, I think this is a Motown band.
Yep.
Something like the Four Tops. Is it the Jackson 5?
You're just going with numbers?
She thinks she's doing the results. Tops 4, Jackson 5.
Go on, the Four Tops. I'll give you a clue, you're right.
Okay.
But we need the track.
Going loco down in Acapulco.
You're absolutely right, it is Loco in Acapulco, it's the Four Tops. And the real version sounds a bit like this.
But this was in the 80s, wasn't it?
So that was Loco in Acapulco by the Four Tops. The song was used in the film Buster, starring Phil Collins, who recently announced that due to a crippling back injury, he can no longer play the drums. And if viewers have any suggestions of what I should do with my other 2 wishes, do get in touch. Phil and Martin, here are yours for Greg.
1, 2, 3. La 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 la. So true. Funny how it seems. Oh, never dreams. And this is the sound of my soul.
This is the sound.
Oh, let's take it through the world.
And now I've come back again. Why do I fight hard to write the next line? Oh, I want you to be so.
Is it that?
I'll give you a clue to get the band. When you need these to put on glasses.
I'm sorry, you're so Welsh and I didn't understand a word of that. What, hands?
No, but close.
Ears.
Close. Go on, what else do you need to put on glasses?
What do you mean, ears or hands? There's nothing else you need?
Yes, there is. Right.
Well, let's go through the process.
Elbow joints. Elbow joints.
Look, like I can do... Look, hands, arms...
Right, you try it, and try it only using your hands and your ears, then.
All right.
Right. All right. Right, Greg is now going to put on glasses.
Because... Depth of perception. All right, so hands and arms and muscular structure within the body.
Look at that.
I hate this quiz.
Is that a normal-sized windmill? Come on, what do you need to put your ruddy glasses on, your dick?
This better specifically be something you need to put glasses on. Or I'm going to come over there and twat you, I swear to God.
OK, I'm handing it over. I'm handing it over.
I think it's elbow.
It is elbow.
What?
Yeah. You thought Gabby was retarded, but she got...
Title of the track.
Title of the track.
Do you know an elbow track? No, we don't.
Just name an elbow song.
We don't know an elbow song.
Oh, it's one day like this, and this is what it should have sounded like. Let's do another one, please.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Very well done. Very well done.
I know it. I can't remember.
If you don't get this, I'm going to come over there and twat you.
It's Blur, Girls and Boys.
Yeah, it is. Right. Yeah. And it should have sounded like this. So that was Blur with Girls and Boys. And One Day Like This by Elbow. In 2006, Elbow performed at the Manchester vs Cancer gig. And if you don't want to know the result, look away now. Earlier this year, Elbow took part in a silent protest against the use of music as torture. Then, in a shocking U-turn, they joined Coldplay on their US tour. Spandau Ballet's own prolonged silence was thought to be a protest against the difficulty of getting furniture when you want it without having to pay until a later date. And at the end of that round, the scores are 3 apiece, gentlemen. And Gabby. Round 3 is the identity parade. Noel, Jeremy and Gabby, how about a drippy boy band? For the audience only, here is Northern Line.
To you, 'cause I would do anything to make you mine. You are far just to be where you are. Tell me who would have thought I'd find love on the Northern Line.
That was Northern Line in 2000 with their number 15 single, Love on the Northern Line. But which one of our lineup is singer Dan Corsi? Is it number 1, Love on the Northern Line? Number 2, Delays on the District Line. Number 3, Begs on the Bakerloo Line. Number 4, Cops a Feel on the Piccadilly Line. Or number 5, Found under a train at Bank. Noel's team, what do you think? Any ideas?
Number 1,
Think of the
number
voice.
5 and number 3 have smiled quite a lot. Number 3 stopped now, because I've just said that. But number 1 and 5 smile a lot.
Gabby, I know you're a commentator, but can you...
Being a detective.
No, you're being a commentator. Number one's a smile.
now
He's
two's
stopped
just
now.
smile,
Now number
because he
two
thinks-
smiles. Number three's coming with a late smile there. He's coming in number four. Number four comes in with a smile. Number five with a grimace. Number five.
2 has got a bit of a cheeky glint in his eye, and he's got some quite cool trousers on and shoes, yeah.
Talking of big feet, it says on my card, Greg, that you've got size 16 feet, but we're very close friends, and I never knew you to have size 16 feet.
I've hidden that from you for many years.
How the hell have you managed to hide that? In size 17 shoes?
I think it's number 2. Yeah, I'm getting a number 2 vibe as well.
The number 1?
Look how widely spread his legs are. He loves it. It's definitely not number 5.
It could be number 5 if he washed his hair. It could be in a boy band.
I've got a
Number 1 if he had his eyebrows removed and lowered down. If he... You took them down...
Number 3's never been anywhere near a boy band. Never been anywhere near. What?
And, you know...
It's probably the next Coldplay.
What does that mean?
He's probably studying hard.
In a really bland band.
I tell you now that Dan Coursey now works as a full-time model. Does that rule any of them out?
We know who it is, don't we? We can
Do you know who it is?
Yeah, we've all said.
All right, I'm gonna
Put your fingers down.
put my fingers down.
Yeah, we all agree.
Oh, I wasn't. I was copying you. I thought we were doing.
You know, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Jeremy, you stay.
2 is the man.
You're saying number 2. Let's find out with the real Dan Coursey. Please step forward.
Yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Now a model, Dan Coursey. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Coursey. Phil, Martin and Greg, what about a soppy duet? For the audience only, here is Duncan James and Keedy. That was Duncan James and Keedy with their 2004 number 2, I Believe My Heart. But which of our lineup is singer Keedy? Is it number 1, Keedy? Number 2, Speedy? Number 3, a bit needy? Number 4, too much weedy? Or number 5, gone to seedy?
It's so harsh. So harsh.
It's only harsh now you've said it's harsh. Now you've sort of alerted us to the fact that maybe there is a problem.
I always thought Blue was the most unimaginative title for a band. I just think the bloke who put them together just went, what are you going to call your band? Blue. It could well have been Spoon, Pan, Shop.
Any others you can think of?
Bag. Number 2 looks like she just couldn't give a shit, and I respect her for that. And it's clearly number 3 or number 1, I think.
Yeah, I reckon it might be number 1 because she's obviously been for the spray tan today before she's come on.
Oh. I think it looks...
Oh, check it out yourself, Mr. Cuprinol.
It's quite a sort of musical number, isn't it? And I think that number 1...
It's a song, yeah.
Yeah. I swear to God, I will take you down.
I reckon it's number 3 because she's in the middle.
Yeah, they wouldn't have put it on the end.
No.
Well, that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm liking this middle thing the more I hear it.
I reckon.
My lacquered friend here speaks the truth. Number 3.
Let's find out with the real Keedy. Please step forward. Oh! Oh, they did put it on the end. Currently working on new material, Keedy, ladies and gentlemen. And at the end of that round, the scores are Noel's team has 4, Phil's team has 3. So we end with next lines. Noel's team are in the lead, so you get to go first. And your time starts now. I want you back. I want you back.
I want you back for good.
Take that, back for good. Pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa-pa.
Poker face, poker face.
Lady Gaga, poker face. I know it's just a game to me.
Look out, I'm just too fake for the world.
No.
That's not right, anyway. You know it's just a game.
I'm not going to argue over this.
All right.
Because it's your track, but...
Yeah.
But it's not what I've got on the card. Imagine you're on stage and you have to remember the lyrics.
Well, I'm not the singer.
There's a crowd of 100,000 people in front of you.
I'm not the singer. I'm the bass player.
Oh, what? You don't know the lyrics? I'll throw it over. Do you know hockey's lyrics?
Try.
I'm just too fake, you see.
I said that.
Did you?
What he said.
Oh, I have a point.
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, you've wasted a lot of time, though. It's your own fault. Go in loco.
Down Acapulco.
4 tops, loco in Acapulco. When I die and they lay me to rest.
I'm going up to the Spirit in the Sky.
Oh, going to go to the place that's the best. Norman Greenbaum's Spirit in the Sky. You're not doing very well here, I have to say. At the end of that round, you didn't score much.
You were panicking more than we were. There was a sense of urgency.
Yes, there was a sense of urgency. There's a sense of urgency because that's meant to be a quick fire round. That's not panicking.
But you're Welsh and with the sense of urgency. He's American. He had no fucking idea what you were talking about. Just like this.
Yeah, I know. I am one for talking gibberish, Noel. The scores are 8-3, so you need 6 to win. Your time starts now, 9 to 5.
What a way to make a living.
Dolly Parton, quite right. He lives in a big house. He lives in a house, sorry.
A very big house in the country.
Not as easy as it looks, is it, Welsh boy?
Gold, always believe in your soul.
You've got the power to know.
You're indestructible.
Everybody, Gold, go on now, go.
Walk out the door.
Again, I will survive. Womanizer, woman, womanizer. You're a womanizer.
So, get out.
I don't know how many points you scored, but it must have been about 7, because the score is 10-8, and that is the end of the show.
Sorry.
Thanks to Phil, Martin and Greg, Noel, Jeremy and Gabby. This has been Never Mind the Buzzcocks, and I've been Rhod Gilbert. We're all off to an after-show orgy at Steve Cram's house. Tune in next week when your host will be Alex James from Blur. Good night.
An idea that could stop traffic. Next here on BBC Two, you're just a click away from Dragon's Den online.